Hey everyone, David Hesselmeyer here, President and CEO of On Target Preparedness and also a member of Bush Creek Fire Rescue in North Carolina. I am very happy and proud to say that I'm going to be at FDIC 2024 in the great city of Indianapolis in Indiana. I will be there providing my session called Grant Writing for Emergency Services. To those that want to attend, I hope you're one of those. And I just wanted to come and just tell you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about. The first thing I always like to start talking about is the fact that we need to know what grants are and why do agencies or organizations give out those grants. So many times we see people who provide training on grants that they kind of skip over that. That's not their bread and butter. But if we're going to do, grant writing and be competitive on it, we really need to know these things. We need to know how the process works, and not just a process for how to do one grant, but how do we make our fire department have a culture of grant writing, which means that we have a list of things that we're always trying to get funded. We have a list of grants that we always try to keep our eye out for because they may open up every year, like the AFG or other things to that nature. Maybe they're even quarterly. And so we want to keep up with that and just trying to keep that culture alive and well so we can make sure that we are competitive when we're writing these grants. The next thing we're going to talk about are the tips and tricks of the trade. So we're going to talk about things like how to ensure that we get our proposals in on time, and how do we make sure that we are using very action-oriented type language. We want to make sure that we're very competitive, because that's really the goal here, is the fact that we want to have a very competitive grant proposal. We aren't going to be able to get every grant. There's just way too many wants and needs as compared to the money that or these organizations give out. So we just want to make sure that when we spend our time and our effort and our energy in writing these grants, that we can submit a very competitive proposal. The next part of our discussion that day is going to be about those common mistakes and failures that we have. We've all done them. We've all had these issues. But what we want to do is be cognizant and aware that we have these weaknesses and sometimes make these mistakes so we can try to limit those. So we're going to talk about how to use the notice of funding opportunity documents that these grant funding agencies share to use that to your advantage. We're going to talk about how we should proofread and how do we proofread to make sure we don't have errors and grammatical issues and those kind of things. The final piece we're going to spend time on is going to be on references and research ideas and where can you get more information. There's a lot of information out there about grants and how to do them, how to be successful, how to get information that you may need to help your cause. And so we're going to talk about all those things, and how we can even be more successful in writing grants. And one of the big ones we're going to talk about is how do we network with other people who want to write grants for their fire departments, because we can sit there and learn from each other for sure. So I'm really hoping that I get to see you at FDIC. If you don't end up making it out to my class, but you see me in the hallways or you see me in the vendor floor, stop me, say hi, ask me questions. We'll have time for questions when it comes to having the session that day. And so, we'll have that, but don't hesitate to stop me. So, because my primary goal for being there at FDIC 2024 is to make sure that I give you all the knowledge and tips and tricks and information I can to make sure that you're able to write a very competitive grant proposal. Now, I do have to be a little bit selfish and say I'm also there because this is one of the greatest shows on earth and the best fire show in the world. So I'm going to be there just along with you, taking classes, learning from others, networking, and checking out all the cool things on that huge vendor floor and everything with that. So don't hesitate to stop me. I hope to see you in my class. If not, I hope to see you there in one way or another in April 2024 at FDIC 2024. See you then.